Hey guys, so Big Brother is just about over. There's like a week left, and if you know me, I'm obsessed with the show. It pretty much takes over my summer. Um, anyway, last night they announced America's Favorite Player, which is our chance to vote on who our favorite was. And lucky for me, they have that because most of the time my pick never wins. But it's like that for a lot of reality TV for me. I could probably count on one hand for every single show the amount of winners that I've picked. And there's a lot of reasons for that, I feel like, behind the scenes, but whatever, we won't get into that. Anyways, so my favorite house guest this season was Paulie. And this is pretty much my pitch for mostly people who don't watch the show or don't really know the extent of everything because you don't watch the feeds of why I feel like Paulie deserves deserve to win first and now deserves America's favorite. The way that I judge America's favorite is who I would have liked to actually win the show. Not, oh, the one that was most likable or the one that was, the prettiest or the one that I feel sorry for. And people are gonna do what they want to do. I mean, I know that there's a lot of people who do vote based on those reasons, so I'm not knocking it, but it's pretty much like picking your favorite player in the house. You can pick based on gameplay, based on social game, based on, whatever it is that you want. This is just how I feel. So, well, for one thing, Paulie had two HOHs, and I believe it was three veto. And he was pretty much in quite a few alliances that he created. Um, at one point, actually for 8 weeks straight, everybody was joking around. Alright, who's Paulie gonna kick out of his house this week? Because even when he wasn't HOH, he was still HOH, pulling the strings, because his alliance had the control. Now, I have no proof of any of this. This is just my speculation. But his eviction happened so quick that I feel like the diary room, kind of tipped something off. And if you ask me, he was close with Paul. So I kind of feel like, oh, and please, when you vote for America's favorite player, if you're voting for my favorite Paulie, don't vote for Paul because it was Paul and Paulie. So make sure you vote for Paulie. But anyways, so I kind of feel like since they were in an alliance, and then all of a sudden Paul started to not trust Paulie, I feel like the diary room instilled that, and they wanted to do it to a point where they just instilled doubt so that the house would split between Paul and Paulie. And then they would get that rivalry for the rest of the season. That's just, in my head, how I feel like they wanted it to go. But Paul got pissed and got him out. Well, got Zakiya out first, his real closest ally, in my opinion, besides Corey. And I feel like after getting her out on Victor's HOH, on Victor's next HOH, it was just, very quick getting Paulie out. So I don't know. It was just like 1 minute he was running the house, and there was really no build up to the switch. So I feel like something's a little fishy there. But consecutively, he ran that house. And was he cutthroat? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah. Him and his showmance, Zakiya, were very cute. You know, I hope the best for them separately, together, whatever happens in their future. I have no control over it, but I hope they stay in touch. That's all I'll say about that. But I feel like, what was I going to say? Totally forgot. Yeah, I feel like their alliance was a huge target, and they discussed putting a wedge between them publicly and, you know, talking crap about each other, and that was completely lost to everybody who didn't watch the feeds. And then everybody who does watch the feeds, it got very subjective. So there was a lot of Paulie hate, but this isn't a dating show. This isn't, you know, all sunshine and roses. I've told my own mother, I'm like, Ma, if I found out something about your game that I didn't like, if we were in like a mother-daughter twist, and I threw you under the bus, got you nominated and then evicted, would you be mad at me? She's like, no. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Pretty much, yeah. Then we make up after and we split the money and we're happy. I mean, have people not seen previous seasons? Like, I get that, you know, in hindsight, I'm sure even Paulie sees that Zakiya did have his back 100%. But when you have, and I've mentioned this in all my blogs that I'll post under in the description too. I've been saying this for like months. But I feel like there was so many reasons for them to doubt each other, and his way of, I feel like, protecting his heart and protecting his game came out a little bit aggressive. But they discussed, again, talking crap about each other. Nobody knows the extent of what they were going to do. They seem fine now. They're both in jury. I'm not going to judge. And I wasn't going to judge then either. You know, people say whatever they want about me. I am Team Paulie for the win all the way. You know, whatever he does from here on out, I will be a part of. I'm actually going to a meet and greet in a couple of weeks. And, you know, part of me, you know, I don't buy into the whole sympathy thing. Like, oh, this one left the game and everybody hated them, or, you know, this one deserves it because they were likable. Like I said, I go on gameplay, but the icing on the cake is, you know, I do think Paulie's a good person. And I do feel like he's doing a lot of really good things in his life outside of Big Brother, where he does deserve the money. And since he can't get the $500,000 that the winner gets, I'm voting for him every single day on multiple emails for America's Favorite. You know, there's a ton that he wants to do. He owns a gym. His aunt is sick with cancer. He wants to help her out. Please, everybody, keep her in your thoughts and prayers. He even, I don't know where this stands right now. I mean, I'm sure everything will be squashed after the show. He's not really he's very good at separating game from real life. So I'm sure he will, you know, be friends with whoever wants to be friends with him after. At one point, he wanted to help James and Davon's kids financially, I guess, you know, with school or whatever. So, I mean, there's a lot of good things that he wants to do. And I'm sure that there's going to be opportunities presented to him. after the show that this would help. So that's the extremely short version of why I think Paulie deserves America's favorite player. Now, one more thing before I end this, because it's about 10 minutes long now. As I said, I'm meeting Paulie in a couple of weeks. First of all, I have a fan page for him, which is a play on the really disgusting hashtag that was going around weeks ago for him. So instead, I named the page We Love Paulie Calafiore. So it's facebook.com/We Love Paulie Calafiore. And when I meet him in a couple of weeks, I'm making a book of fan letters. All that I ask is you limit it to about a page and don't put too much Zolly on it, which is Zakia and Paulie, as far as their personal relationship, because I don't know where it stands. You know, they seem to still be close in jury, but I don't want to impose anything upon them. You know what I mean? So just keep it classy, keep it, don't insult him for his gameplay as it pertains to her. I will be deleting any and all hate. And, just keep it mostly about him as a person, why you connected with him, whatever you want to say. And, if you want to briefly mention the different connections that he made in the house, that's fine. But other than that, that's really all I want to say. Oh, and be classy, please. I know a lot of people aren't really gonna listen to this because a lot of you were set in your ways, but we need to get into the mindset of only following the people that we actually really genuinely want to follow. If you don't like somebody, why follow them and spread hate? Just spread support to the person that you do like, and don't harass the families. They have just as much of a right to support their flesh and blood and somebody that they love as you would if yours was on the show. I mean, that show has a lot of pressure for the person in the house and just as much for the families outside. So just, as Ellen would say, be kind to one another. It doesn't hurt. So I'm just gonna put everything together for you guys, all my vlogs, the link to vote for Paulie, and you can vote. I don't exactly remember when you can vote until, but I will put that information in the description right under where the link will be. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.